It has been 3 months since iPhone 14 series was launched globally. In this video, I'm going to give you my review about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. But before we get started, make sure to follow and subscribe to iOS Droids. With that being said, let's begin. Let's begin with the design changes. This phone is exactly similar to iPhone 13 Pro Max, except the dynamic island. Everything is exactly the same. You get the same stainless design, but it feels very premium in hand. Even if you drop it from a height of 1 or 2 meter, nothing is going to happen to this phone because of stainless steel design. At the same time, it is quite heavy, so it was quite difficult for me in the beginning to hold it with one hand. But with time, I'm used to holding this heavy phone. If you're someone who do not like the heavy phone, then this phone is not for you. Instead, you can go for the iPhone 14 Pro. Now let's talk about the brightness and display. So this phone has a display which works on the frequency of 120 Hz, and this feels very silky smooth while using the smartphone. And also this phone has the peak brightness of 2000 nits. It means when you take out the phone in broad day sunlight, you are going to get amazing performance of the display. Also, for the first time, we have got always on display on 14 Pro Max. You can turn on or turn off the always on display by going into the settings. Also, you can turn on always on display with or without the wallpaper. Now let's talk about the battery performance. So I have been getting a screen on time of 7 to 9 hours consistently, and I highly recommend you to use the official adapter from Apple instead of using any third-party adapters. I use 20 watts Apple adapter, and it takes somewhere around 30 to 40 minutes to charge from 40% to 100%. The battery performance on this phone is simply superb. Now let's talk about the dynamic island. Many people feel that dynamic island is a gimmick, but that's not the case. The dynamic island supports many apps and it is very interactive. I am loving the dynamic island on this phone, and for sure the feature of dynamic island can be transferred to the notch as well in the upcoming updates. Let me know your thoughts about the dynamic island in the comment section below. Now let's talk about the camera performance. Camera on this phone performs really well. For the first time, we have got 48 megapixel primary shooter, and the overall colors, shadows, highlight and saturation look simply superb. I can say this is a good camera phone. If you're someone who is into Instagram reels or YouTube shorts or YouTube videos, then you can go for this phone because this is a good camera phone. Now the question comes, should you upgrade to iPhone 14 Pro Max or not? See, if you're someone who is using iPhone 13 Pro Max, then do not upgrade to iPhone 14 Pro Max. And if you're someone who is using iPhone 8, 10, 11 or 12, then you can consider upgrading to iPhone 14 Pro Max. Also, if you're someone who do not like to hold the heavy phone in hand, then do not go for this phone. Instead, you can go for the iPhone 14 Pro. So this was my review about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it about the video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.